Hello, this is my digital Think Aloud for my model paper that I wrote for your writing assignment to write about either the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, McCarthyism and the Patriot Act, or the GI Bill in post-war America. And I was just going to go through some of the processes that I went through in order to get through this paper. Obviously, the first thing that you're going to have to do is choose a topic. If you'd like to make it as easy as possible, then you could just go with the topic you know the most about offhand and that you've already formulated opinions on. However, if you'd like to expand your knowledge, then feel free to choose one that you're not familiar with. I myself chose the paper on Hiroshima and Nagasaki because I'm most familiar with it, and I feel that it's most applicable to our main themes of peace and justice. After you've chosen your topic, then you'll want to formulate an opinion on that topic. And as I said before, you may already have one. But if not, then you may want to wait until you've done some of your research, which is the next step. So you might want to do some research before you formulate your opinion. Next, you're going to do your research, and you need to find at least one primary source and one secondary source. And if you're not familiar with it, finding primary sources can be somewhat tricky, and I'll go over that later. Once you have all of your research finished, you're going to want to make an outline. And I found the easiest way to make an outline is to just make an introduction, a body paragraph for each question you're answering, and then a conclusion. And you just want to write a couple sentences for those is all that's necessary, and you probably want to have your sources included already on that. Once you have your outline done, then you can do your rough draft. And in the rough draft, in the intro, you just want to summarize your arguments and state your thesis clearly, your thesis or your opinion or argument about the subject. And then you would like to give your opinion on each of the questions in the body paragraphs and support it with at least one piece of evidence. And then the conclusion, you just want to reiterate your thesis and why you think it's true. Then you're going to write your rough draft, or you're going to write your final draft after you're done with the rough. And in this one, you're going to take your rough draft and you're just going to fill it in. Put in your supporting evidence, put in transitions so that the paper flows correctly. If you need to build the paper up a little bit more, you might want to look at some opposing viewpoints and how they challenge your opinion, and then you can rebut those. And finally, after all that, you may come across some difficulties in writing your paper. One of the biggest ones is finding primary sources. If you haven't done it before, it can be very difficult. You can ask a librarian for help, but just some tips. You want to look for journals, autobiographies, and stuff like that. It's not, once you know what you're doing, it's not that hard. And also, you don't want to get stuck on looking strictly for texts because pictures, speeches, and statistics are all good forms of primary sources. And government websites are a great source of statistics. Finally, you might also have a problem with writing about the ideas of peace and justice. A lot of students can be intimidated by that, but you just got to remember to keep it as simple as possible. For justice, just look for any person or people that might be being wronged in your topic, and see if it's adequately dealt with. And then in terms of peace, just evaluate whether or not in that situation a reasonable level of peace was accomplished, where they eliminated the conflict and another conflict didn't arise out of it. And that will just about wrap it up. Thank you.